Welcome to a short reflection by Sebastian Mahfoud on Canto 6 of Dante's Purgatorio. Dante navigates his way through the crowd of souls who had gathered around him, promising on every hand to bring word back to those yet living of the necessity of prayers in behalf of those who have died within their living memories. He then forms a question for Virgil, who'd written in Book 6 of the Aeneid that prayer may not alter heaven's fixed decree, yet he observes that all these souls pray only for prayer. It's the first instance in this canticle in which he's seen a contradiction between his philosophical and literary knowledge and the exterior reality manifesting itself before him. And it's something that probably started gelling in his mind when Cato mentioned that Marcia's prayers are dead to him. This question lies at the heart of what Beatrice will reprimand Dante for when he reaches her in the garden in Canto 30. Dante had so embraced pagan philosophy without the light of divine revelation that he found himself lost in a dark wood, unable to see Christ in any of it. He's still thinking here as a pagan, and he's going to have to transform himself into a Christian thinker over the next 27 cantos of this canticle. A pagan himself, Virgil tells Dante to save other questions like these for Beatrice, who will appear in her heavenly bliss at the summit. It's at this point they meet Sordello. Sordello, like Virgil, is a Mantuan, and he's so taken aback by being in the presence of a fellow Mantuan that he leaps up and embraces Virgil, whereupon Dante enters into an invective against internecine strife, when it is so plainly presented to him the love persons from the same countryside should share with one another. Having scanned all of Italy, Dante concludes with a special proclamation on Florence, praying that her cure or course be brief. Sordello, Ciardo notes, is among the three political figures that Dante elevates in dignity within his comedy, the first being Farinata, whom we met in the sixth circle of hell among the heretics, and the third being Cacciaguida, Dante's own great-great-grandfather, whom we'll meet in the fifth sphere of heaven among the warriors of God. Sordello's presence is pivotal in that it enables Dante to broaden his theme. With Farinata, he spoke only of Florence. With Sordello, he'll speak of all of Italy, and with Cacciaguida, he'll speak of all of Christendom. The embrace of Virgil and Sordello, before they even know who one another is instructive on right relations among countrymen, especially following a scene in which a host of those killed by violence were shown to have been done in by those from whom they ought to have had least to fear. When we think of our own political squabbles, we should wonder that not too long ago such things ended in bloodshed, and sometimes, even today, they still do, with one partisan faction warring against another like the hoarders and wasters who joust forever in the infernal night, perpetuating a sterile and bankrupt action that can only be resolved through collegiality and dialogue. Today, let us pray for our country, and for the brotherly love that should unite us, when so often our forgetting it divides us. Let us also remember the souls in purgatory, whose memory on earth has been outlived by their long departure. In particular, Dominican Fathers Langdon Thomas Grace, who died in 1897, James Antoninus Rooney, who died in 1905, and Joseph James Mitchell, who died in 1939.